Hello guys, how come not many know this? Why spend over £20,000 just to do your MSc in the United Kingdom? With this opportunity, the UK government will be paying you about £10,000 just to teach in the United Kingdom. Come, let's discover this opportunity together. So guys, I came across this opportunity and I definitely want to share it with everyone within my space. As you already know, I have strong desires to see you grow both spiritually and financially, and therefore I will not hesitate to share both the word and opportunities with you. Today we'll be exploring the opportunity of relocating to the UK as a teacher. The good thing about this is that it's easier and it's way cheaper when compared to traveling for your MSc. And guess what? You stand a chance of getting £10,000 relocation allowance paid to you by the UK government. That's amazing. This is an opportunity you don't want to miss. Now let's explore this together. The first thing is to visit this website, getintoteaching.education.gov.uk. Once you visit the website, the next thing is to click on this non-UK teachers. Once you click it, then it brings you to this page where we are right now. And it says here, teach in the UK if you are trained outside the UK. Let's kind of dive into the website and explore a little and see what are the requirements, what are the documents you need, and what are the opportunities that this gives you as a teacher outside the UK. Yeah, the first thing we can say is it is boldly written. If you are a non-UK citizen interested in teaching languages or physics in England, you could be eligible for an international relocation payment worth £10,000. Wow, that's a whole lot of money. So this tells us that actually the UK, they need teachers. Like there is a demand for teachers in the UK. If you are skilled in teaching languages or you have a good skill of physics, then you should be applying for this opportunity right away. If you scroll down a little, you see that this particular site is meant for the England. You know, the United Kingdom is made up of England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland. But this particular website is for England. You can also access Wales, like if you want to go and teach in Wales, if you want to go and teach in Scotland, and if you want to go and teach in Ireland. So you can access them, there are different links. And I will advise you, if you're applying for this, also apply for the other three, so that you have more chances of getting this. So you can go ahead and apply for Wales, apply for Scotland, apply for Northern Ireland, and also apply for the England if you're a teacher outside the UK. For you to teach in the United Kingdom, they have something they call qualified teacher status. As you can see, most teachers in the United Kingdom has to have this certification, this qualified teacher status. If you don't have this qualified teacher status yet, you may need to apply for the training. You can either apply to come to England to be trained, or you can apply for the international qualified teacher status, that's the IQTS. However, this does not apply to every country. Some countries are exempted from it. So as we scroll down through the page, we see the countries that are exempted from this. So the first thing we see here is, what do you need to teach in England? Here are the basic things you need in order to be able to teach in England. The first is that you need to apply for the English Qualified Teacher Status, that's the QTS, or be able to demonstrate strong non-UK qualification and experience. You need a high standard of written and spoken English to pass criminal and professional safeguarding checks. This will be organized by your employer, and then you need a visa or immigration status allowing you to work in the UK. The good thing about this is that coming to the written and spoken English, you must not write TOEFL or IELTS in order to access this. A letter from your university or college of education stating that your degree or your first degree was done in English is enough for you to access this. So you don't need to go and start writing an international English exam. So guys, let's scroll down a little and see other requirements we need in order to access this opportunity. Then here we can see the £10,000 relocation allowance. So this is basically for teachers who are good in languages and also physics. I believe if you have the skill of teaching languages or physics, then you should move ahead and start applying for this. So the next thing is where they require your qualified teacher status, that's the QTS. Schools use QTS as a measure of teaching skills and experience, so you will find it much easier to get a teaching job in England if you have QTS. However, if you are a qualified teacher from outside the UK, you can work as a teacher in England for up to 4 years without QTS. So what's stopping you? You can actually work for 4 years before you get the QTS. Within that 4 years, if you're actually interested in this, then you should be able to get the QTS. There's nothing stopping you. After that, you will need QTS to teach in many schools in England, although it is not a legal requirement in some types of schools. For example, academic schools, free schools, and private schools. Now, how do you apply for the QTS? As we could see, from February 1st, 2023, if you have a teaching qualification from the following countries and regions, you will be able to access a new service called Apply for Qualified Teacher Status in England. So check if you meet the requirement for the QTS. These countries we study in right now can actually apply to get the QTS without sitting for the exam or taking the training. In addition, if you have a subject specialized in languages, mathematics or science, and a teaching qualification to teach to 11 to 16-year-olds from the following countries, you will be able to use the service to check if you meet the requirement for QTS. So what this is telling us is that people from this country can actually apply for the QTS without sitting for the certification exam. But if you are coming from this country listed here, you can actually qualify for the QTS without sitting an exam if you are specialized in a language, if you teach mathematics or science, then if you are qualified to teach students within the age bracket of 11 to 16 years. And here we can see Ghana, India, Jamaica, Nigeria, Singapore, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. Well, you will not have to pay a fee or undergo further training. However, to be awarded QTS, you will need to meet the certain criteria. I think I will need to click on this to check on it because I'm from Nigeria and I know that most of my followers are from Nigeria. So let's go in and check if Nigerians qualify to have the QTS without going to the training. So if I click on this now, we can see, check your eligibility to apply for the Qualified Teacher Status QTS in England. Now, what is the QTS? We've already seen this. I think I'll just read down. Who is this service for? This service is for qualified teachers who train to teach outside of England, who want to apply for qualified teacher status to teach in English schools. If you trained in England or Wales or have not yet qualified, learn more about this. So let's just go ahead to click and start now. Yeah, check your eligibility to apply for qualified teacher status in England. Have you used this service before? No. In which country are you currently recognized as a teacher? Yeah, I'm from Nigeria. Let's say Nigeria. Yeah, Nigeria. Continue. Do you have a teaching qualification that was completed in Nigeria? Your teaching qualification must have been completed in the country where you are recognized as a teacher to be eligible for QTS. Qualifications gained from other countries should not be included in your application. So yeah, I have one from Nigeria. Continue. Do you have a university degree? Yes. Are you qualified to teach children age 11 to 16 years? Every teacher teaching within the secondary school should be able to qualify for this. So I'll go ahead and tick yes. Does your teaching qualification certificate or university degree certificate states that you are qualified to teach one of the following subjects? So the subjects listed here are maths, science, biology, chemistry, physics, French, German, Italian. Teaching the languages may be difficult for a teacher in Nigeria. Maybe French, yeah. I know a lot of teachers in Nigeria are good at teaching French. But let's say physics, chemistry, biology, science, and maths. Yeah, I believe there should be more people qualifying for this. So I'll go ahead to tick yes. How long have you been employed as a recognized teacher? Yeah, I think 9 months to 20 months should be ideal. Maybe more than 20 months. Or within 9 months to 20 months should be an ideal choice. So I'll go ahead to say continue. Do you have any sanction or restriction on your employment? No. Continue. You are eligible to apply for the qualified teacher status in England. Wow. So teachers within Nigeria, I guess you're qualified. You can go ahead and try that for the different countries and see if you're eligible to apply for this QTS. But I'm sure many should. So let's get to this and see what is required of us. If you're qualified to get the QTS, then what documents you need. You said preparing to apply. If you have decided to apply, you will need to provide a range of evidence. We will ask you to upload some scans, photos, or original files. You will need to complete your application within 6 months of starting it. You can start straight away or you can spend some time gathering the documents you need first. Once you begin, we will sign you out if you are inactive for 60 minutes. Okay guys, I wouldn't want to take much of our time because yeah, I'll put the link in the description of this video so you can just click on the link and start applying and start getting to read through all this. Proof of identity, passport, birth certificate, national identity card. Yeah, you should have this. Proof of qualification. You must hold a teaching qualification that is equivalent to a UK level 6 or higher. If you're a graduate and you have a degree, it should be more than the level 6, but you can click on the link and check if the document you have is more than the level 6 or higher. Now watch guys, let's note this. It says we cannot accept the National Certificate in Education, that's NCE, or the Teacher Certificate Grade 2 from Nigeria, as this do not meet the required level. We can only accept application from teachers who are qualified to teach children aged 11 to 16 in one of the following subjects: maths, science, biology, chemistry, physics, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Latin, Mandarin, Russian, and Spanish. We cannot accept related subjects, for example, economics in place of maths, agricultural science in place of biology, or engineering in place of physics. You will need to provide evidence that either your teaching qualification specifically shows you can teach one of these subjects, or at least 50% of your university degree was in one of them. Okay, so guys, you need to take note of this. If you have this already, then you need to move ahead. But if you don't have this, I guess you may not actually consider it, but there is no harm in trial. Then proof of English language ability. So these countries here are exempted from proving that they can speak English. I can actually imagine. How many African countries are here? No African country. But I think there is an exception somewhere. If you go down to, if you studied in a country that is not exempted, yeah. It said if your teaching qualification or university degree was taught exclusively in an English language, you can upload an official document, which is sometimes called a medium of instruction. So guys, here is it. You don't need an IELTS to apply for this. Just go to your university and apply for this medium of instruction, and they will give you a certificate stating that your degree was taught in English. So with that, you don't need the IELTS. You can just get that certificate and start applying. But if you don't have that document, then you need to sit for other English certification exams, which are listed here: the IELTS, the language certificates, yeah, a lot of them. Then you have to also submit a proof that recognizes you as a teacher. For Nigerians, they say you will need to provide a letter of professional standing from the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria. If you're a teacher in Nigeria and you're already registered with the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, then you should forward an email to this email address. From what they stated here, you cannot send this document yourself. Instead, you must contact the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria and ask them to send it directly to us at this email address. Request for it through this email address, stating that they should forward the documents to this email address. That's just to monitor the system to ensure that there is no forgery along the line, that nobody goes to forge the documents and then forward. You can actually read down and see in detail other procedures required in order to acquire that. But I will go to the next proof of work history. It says you need to show you have been employed as a teacher in a school for at least 9 months or more. Okay, they are good that we stated 9 to 20 months. You just have to bring a proof that you are a teacher, a proof of your work. And also the next proof is certificate translation. So this is for those that their certificates are not in English, then you need to translate it to English before forwarding to them. So guys, that's it. If you're a Nigerian and you're a teacher in Nigeria and you're already registered with the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria, then you should be able to start applying. Go get the documents required from you and start applying. If you have all these documents here, you can directly apply to get the QTS. Now going back to our previous tab, you can see finding a job. So the next step, after you've gotten your QTS, then you need to now start applying for a job. As stated here, once you have obtained QTS, you will need to find a teaching job in England. To do this, you must apply to individual schools, not the Department of Education. Reading everything will actually make this video too long, and I wouldn't want that. So I will just jump ahead. Tips to applying. You can search and apply for jobs by regions, subject specialism, and age group. Most teaching vacancies are advertised in March, April, or the 1st of May, with jobs usually starting at the beginning of the school year in September. So guys, there is still a lot of time. I guess the application is already open. If you are qualified and if you have all the documents required, go straight and start applying now. If you click on this link, Maybe I'll also put this link in the description. If you click on the link now, this is a link that helps you to find a job, find teachers and schools job near you. So with this link now, you can start looking for schools that are hiring teachers, look at all the job vacancies available, and then start applying. I will place this link in the description. Feel free, go and click and then start applying. After you've applied and you are accepted and offered an employment letter, the next thing you need to do is to book for your interview. So if you can see here, prepare for your interview. You may be asked about your knowledge of English education in interviews for teaching jobs. To prepare, you can read more teacher stories and search the English National Curriculum and teacher standards. Safeguarding checks. If the school makes you a conditional offer, you will then have to pass safeguarding and criminal record checks. This confirms you are a safe and suitable person to work with children. You can prepare for these checks by getting a letter from the organization which regulates teachers in the country where you qualified, confirming your professional status as a teacher. Once you've passed this check, the next thing is to apply for your visa. If you're applying for your visa to teach in England, you will need a visa or immigration status allowing you to work in the UK. You can apply for a stay workers visa once you have been offered a teaching job at a school which can sponsor them. So guys, that's it. I will wait in the comment section for your questions. If you're qualified for this opportunity, quickly go ahead and start applying. £10,000 relocation fee is not something you should miss. Go ahead and give it a try. I hope you got value from this video. So I'll be attaching all the links you need in order to access this opportunity in the description of this video. Click the link and start applying. And I'm sure maybe you are the next person to testify. If you got value from this video, please do like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and God loves you.